Hello, my name is Lelania Marcus, and we're going to get a little philosophical today. We're going to talk about consciousness. So what is consciousness? Think about it. How do you define consciousness? Philosophers have been debating and talking about this for centuries. I find it fascinating that science has finally caught up to what ancient India already knew as a definition for consciousness. Ancient India in the Vedantas about 5,000 years ago said that we are all connected, we are all one, we are all part of the greater field of consciousness. And unified field theory has just proven that we are all connected through the unified field, the unified fields. So, when you think about somebody and they call you, or you have a gut feeling about something and it ends up happening, or if you have a sibling, maybe you'll feel like an urge to call them, and you call them and they just broke up with somebody, or they needed your advice or something. Or on a positive, you just feel like you need to call somebody for no reason and they end up giving you a job. Like, how are we connected through all these synchronicities in life? Well, through the unified field, through consciousness. So you can think about it like the ocean. The ocean is consciousness, and the waves are us. So the waves, some are just flowing, some are huge waves, some are so fun you can surf on and play on, but they come from the ocean and they express themselves through the wave, and they go to the shore or onto the rocks and then return back to the ocean. We're the same way. We come from consciousness, we experience and express, and then we return back to consciousness. At least this is what the Vedantas say. So we are consciousness, we express life, we express the internal and external world, and then we return back. I find this to be very freeing, because inside of this philosophy, there is no room for perfection. There is no room for wrong or right. It is just the pure essence of expression of the universe. And when you're in pure essence of the expression of the universe and yourself and consciousness, there's no room for judgment. There's no room for mistakes. It just is. A flower grows. Does it make any mistakes on the way? Oops, I forgot to put my petal out perfectly. No. The flower grows. Does it know it's going to be a flower? Does it know what kind of flower it's going to be? Who knows? But it grows. The DNA of that flower grows and expresses and shines its beauty on the world, and then returns back. Just like us. We are born, we experience, we express, we shine on the world as best as we can, we share, we take, we share, and we return. It's really that simple. It's in that moment of just being alive, and showing up for the world, and taking the nourishment the world has to offer, and then giving your nourishment back. That's really all we have to do in this world. We don't have to do anything else. That whole to-do list that we have, that's our doing. And that goes into the software of the soul, because we all have our own expression of life, the way that we like to express it, that way that we like our wave to show up in the world. And we create our expression through our memories and our desires and our actions. And we are all different because we all have different memories and different desires, which create different actions, right? Action is karma. Karma is action. So when we have the action of something, that creates the memory of that thing, and then we have the desire or the not desire to do that thing again. So that's the software. We're constantly programming ourselves on how to live our life. So for instance, if I have a cup of coffee and I really love it, I'm going to remember really loving it. I'm going to have the desire to have it the next day, and then I'm going to have it the next day. And then all of a sudden, I'm drinking coffee 2 days in a row. And then the next day, oh, I really love drinking the coffee. I really want the coffee. I go get the coffee. And then I have coffee 3 days in a row. And then it turns into a habit. And now I just do it unconsciously every day until I make the conscious decision to stop. I do not want coffee every day. I want to do tea every day. And I'm going to have to go through and break that cycle that I've created for myself. And it is so hard to break that cycle. Trust me, I do it about twice a year. And I'm always grateful when I do, and I don't ever know why I go back. But it's that cycle that we create. That's a very simple thing to pinpoint. There are things that we have cycles that we are not aware of. Think about our dating habits. Our dating habits. How many times do you feel like you're dating the same person? You've already gone through 4 different people maybe, or even just 2 different people. It's like, what are you doing to attract the same type of person in your life? What software do you have running that you create that action, that desire, that action, that memory, that desire, and then the action? You know, even the way we communicate with our family. Are you stuck in cycles with the way that we communicate with your friends and your family? What about the way we communicate with ourselves? What kind of software do you have in there? In the morning, are you like, oh, you're so beautiful and I love you so much? Or do you wake up, ugh, this day again, what do I have to do? You know, all that is software that we have drilled into us because of what's happened to us in our life. For some reason, positive or negative, no room to judge. Let's just stop the judging. This is a no judgment zone, okay? Let's just stop the judging and get to the truth of we are perfect the way we are, individually the way we are. We are that perfect wave in the ocean. Let's just get over the bullshit and get to it, right? And one way to get over that bullshit is to start meditating. It doesn't cost anything. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need to do anything. All it takes is a little bit of your attention and a little bit of your time. And you will gain and reap the benefits tenfold. I'm serious. It's really amazing. So when we're meditating, it's not about thinking about nothing, because that's impossible. We are living human beings. We think. If you're not thinking, you're not living. Our brain is there to think. So we give it a mantra. Mantra, mind instrument. That's what it means in Sanskrit, mind instrument. So we give it an instrument to focus on, and then through that focus, we are able to be open to the infinite possibility. So I like to think about it as my hand. So if I'm looking directly at my hand, I can see everything around me in the peripheral. And say there was all the options of my career, my job, my romance, my fun, finances, family, personal growth. Through all that, I can see them all, and I can see which are in balance and which aren't in balance. And like, oh, I want a little bit more of that. Thank you, please. This little bit of that. I can see everything. But if I am nervous and anxious and all over the place, and my eyes are darting all over the place, I can't see anything, much less take in any new information. I'm super just a little ADD right here with my eyes. I'm all over the place. And that's what a mantra does. A mantra helps you focus your mind on one thing so that you can let everything else fall in place the way that you want it to. So let's take the mantra Soham, okay? So hum. You're going to inhale so, and you're going to exhale hum. So go ahead and close your eyes. And inhale, thinking so, and exhaling hum. It doesn't mean anything. Don't put any meaning to those words. It's just a vibration. So we're just letting the so vibrate through our being, and the hum vibrate through our being as we exhale through our nose. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. And as you're doing this, eventually your mind will start to wander. That's okay, just bring it back to so hum. If you start thinking about your laundry or picking up the kids, that's okay. Just bring it back to so hum. The world will still be there for you when this meditation is over. So hum. Now see if you can create more space between each word. So hum. Now see if you can create even more space between. So and start to focus on that gap between the words. And allow the gap between the words to be abstract. And let the words slowly dissolve. And stay in that gap as long as you can. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes and come back to me. So within that gap is where we find infinite possibility, is where we find the consciousness connection, is where we let this physical world just kind of dissipate for a moment and we go internal, and external is the same. We go into that space within our mind, body, spirit, within our world, within our cosmos, within the divine. We go into that unified field where everything exists at the same time and everything is connected. And when we're in that space, we can start to clear all of our drama. We can start to clear our stress. We can start to restore our body and our organs and our mind. And we can start to restore our life. So I invite you to do this meditation twice a day. Start with 7 minutes, build to 15 minutes, jump to 20 minutes, and eventually doing 2 30-minute meditations twice a day. And trust me, you will feel the life around you and within you change. All right, I'll see you next time. Sat Nam.